Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about what I've been reading from my books that I got last week. Uh, I had quite a bit of reading to do. I went back and I read the first four issues on a couple of series just so I could get an overall view of what's going on, like pretty much in the first arc of them, and they were all pretty good. But first off, I read Black Canary. I wasn't real sure about this series. I thought that I was about to drop it, but then after this issue, no, I'm on board for however long that this team, I guess, maybe is on Black Canary. I really, really enjoyed Annie Wu's art. Uh, Brendan Fletcher, Brendan Fletcher's story was, I was really, really drawn into it. It was a little slow for me, but I was really, really drawn into it, and I thought that it had a really, really good climax in this issue 6. I do find that it was kind of strange that they ended the arc on issue 6, but I'm not real sure how DC does trades, so maybe they just do 6 issue trades. Not real sure. But yeah, Black Canary number 6, really have enjoyed the first part of this series. Like I say, I think that Annie Wu's art in that has just been tremendous. Then I went back and I read the first 4 issues of Paper Girls. Um, I think I'm going to drop Paper Girls. It's one of those things, maybe I'm just too dense and I'm not getting it, but I just don't really understand exactly where this story's going. And every time that I think that I do understand, it kind of throws me for a loop. And but I don't know because I really enjoy Cliff Chang's art, so and there were some really, really great things going on in this issue. Um, but yeah, not real sure whether or not I'm going to continue to read Paper Girls. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go ahead and drop that. And yeah. Then I read from Boom, I read number 1 of 4 on The Last Contract. This is by Ed Breslin, who I really enjoy his work. And this was a really, really good issue. The art in it was really good. The story about this old hitman that's been retired for several years, and these people show up wanting to kill him, and yeah, that doesn't work out so well for them or for their boss or just anybody involved. It was a really, really good book. Like I say, this is number 1 of 4. Really thought it was a good series, but I mean, I really like his writing. He writes really good, like gritty crime stuff, and yeah, super good. Then I read Swamp Thing, number 1 of 6. I got this for Kelly Jones art and was not disappointed. I thought the art in it was great. The story to me was a little slow, but yeah, written by Lin Win. But I'm sure that in six issues that this story is going to be great because I really like Swamp Thing. So I don't understand how you can go bad with Swamp Thing. And like I said, the art on it was great. Then I read Unfollow, number 4. This is another book that I went back and read the first 4 issues on. I thought that they really evolved these characters pretty well in this book. The art has been really, really good, and I liked at the end of issue 4 that it was finally revealed exactly what's going on with Unfollow, which was pretty much what I thought was going on with Unfollow the whole time. But yeah, guy giving away all his money, and now looks like that they're gonna have to go out and start killing each other for it. Awesome. Then I got Drax number 2. I thought that Scott Hepburn's art in Drax number 2 was a whole lot better. I liked it a whole lot better than I did in issue 1. Um, I thought that really came more into his own on this issue. And yeah, Drax number 2 was really, really good. I'm waiting for him to get in like the pits and start, the whole fight to the death thing will be sweet. Nailbiter number 19. This was kind of a filler issue. Kind of a turning issue, I guess, where we finally got the cast back, got the old gang back together, and they're trying to hunt down this devil killer guy. Uh, some really, really odd alliances that formed in this issue that, yeah, really interested to see where Nailbiter's going to go. Then next, I got Guardians of Infinity #2. Really liking the Guardians of Infinity story, and the little stories that they're throwing into the back of the book also are really, really good. But it's kind of the first story, which I'm really enjoying, to me, kind of seems a little short. Wish it was a little bit longer and that the back stuff was a little shorter. But yeah, Guardians of Infinity, pretty good. Read issue 1 on A Force. I thought this book was hilarious with this Singularity girl. I guess that's what her name is, Singularity, that is running around. She's been zapped into our universe, and she knows all the people that are on the team because they fought together in this other universe. And now that they've been warped here, none of them have any idea who she is, and she really wants them to remember her. She was really, really funny. I thought She-Hulk was really funny in this. Really liked all the characters that were on this team and the way they were portrayed in this. But I thought that the whole Singularity thing and the way that every time that she tried to do something to help out, it just totally backfired was just hilarious. Read Uncanny X-Men #1. I've never read an X-Men book outside of Magneto, so this was a pretty good book, I think, to start in on that because this basically focused around Magneto. And Sabretooth was in it. I thought Sabretooth looked badass in it. And yeah, I really, really thought this was good. Really want to see where it's going to go. And I love Colin Bunn. And I love Greg Land. So yeah, we'll see. Then I read issue 21 on Lazarus. Lazarus, to me, just every issue gets better and better. There's just a little more intrigue and what's going on. And since they've got into this war, and since I already know the whole setup of a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes and everything, it just seems like every issue of this is just, it's such a well developed world that every issue of this just seems to get better and better to me. And that's an, yeah, really like Michael Lark's art, and Greg Roker writing a hell of a story there. Then I read the last issue of Cognetic. Uh, this series was okay. I thought that I was going to like it better than I did Mimetic, but I mean, turns out that I really did not like this series near as much as I like Mimetic. I didn't really think that being a 3 issue series that uh, they really stuck the landing on this. It was still a good series, but it seems like if it would have gone 4 or 5 issues, that they could have filled in a couple of holes that I had with what was going on. But yeah, really cool. Be interested to see if they do another series of that, or if they somehow tie the Cognetic world and the Mimetic world and everything that's going on together at some point. Would be awesome. Then I went back and I read the issues on Beauty, the first first 4 issues on Beauty. Beauty was excellent. I think that Jeremy Hahn has written a really good story here. Jason Hurley's art is particularly in issue 2 and 3. I love that cover. I mean, I love Jeremy Hahn, so you know. And I don't think this is a Jeremy Hahn cover actually, but yeah, this was really good about a virus that is makes you beautiful, and a sexually transmitted virus that makes you beautiful. So people are going out and they're trying to get infected with this virus to, to be beautiful. Unfortunately, the virus kills you. So yeah, seems like that there's a pharmaceutical company or some government organization that knew that that was going to happen, and they're doing everything they can to cover it up. I really enjoyed in this issue 4 that we got introduced to um, this killer guy, this guy wearing the mask, who seems pretty freaking evil. And yeah, really, really want to see what's going to happen there. And whether or not our detectives can get out in front of it and maybe do something to try to stop it. And then probably my favorite thing that I sat down and reread from beginning to end was Survivor's Club. Um, I picked Survivor's Club up because I really liked Ryan Kelly's art on Saucer County or Saucer Country. I think it's Saucer Country. Really liked his art on that, so I picked this up because of that and because of the fact that Eva Dela Cruz, who was the colorist on Coffin Hill, was the colorist on this. I picked it up for the artwork, but stayed for the story because this this Buke story has just been really, really awesome. Um, yeah, so Lauren Bukes apparently is a South African author who has written some like serial killer murder mystery books in the past. Uh, this book is about a bunch of people. It's basically it's every horror type of thing all kind of thrown into one book. And I don't normally find comic books to really be all that scary, like horror comics to really be all that scary. And I really find this book to be kind of scary. Um, there's just suspense and everything that's going on with these kids that have all come together because something bad happened to all of them in like 1985, and they've all come back together to try to end it because they've all got some kind of thing that is torturing them, and so they're all trying to get rid of it by chasing down this video game that's driving people mad and to stop it. But yeah, 4 issues in on this book, and it is absolutely freaking been amazing. I love all the characters. Um, I really, really feel for all the characters because they have all of them have something that's going on behind the scenes that they are just really, really tortured souls for whatever reason. All of them have got a different reason or a different thing. I think probably my favorite character is Alice. Um, I really like the whole dual identity doll thing that's going on there. But yeah, really, really good scary book. Highly recommend picking this up in trade if you like horror stuff and you didn't get on Survivors Club. Strongly recommend that. But yeah, anyway, get off here and get around to reading some more, y'all.